we are right now standing in a house that was built in 1904 inside Grand Canyon by Kolb Brothers. This right now is a Kolb Studio, and we are getting a behind the scene tour. We're going to share that with you. Let's start.
Let's start the tour.
You want to take a seat here?
Yeah.
This has not been reupholstered since Theodore Roosevelt has actually sat himself right there. Hey guys, so my name's Shane. I work for the Grand Canyon Conservancy. Been here about 2 months. I've learned a lot about the Kolb Studio down here in the Brothers, and thought it'd be really fun to share it with these guys. So that's what we're gonna do.
Before we start this tour, let us show you the exact moment when we stumbled upon Shane from Grand Canyon Conservancy. And this is the exact moment where he directed us to check out the Kolb Studio.
WordCamps Visitor Center, right?
At WordCamps Visitor Center, Shane here helped us reorganize and told us to go to the
Bright Angel Trail.
the Bright Angel Trail. Thank you. You were fantastic.
Absolutely, guys.
Thank you. We'll see you.
Yeah, check out the Kolb Studio too while you guys are here.
Thank you. Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Take care. Right about here, we had no idea what Kolb Studio was, so we headed inside. All right, so because Shane said we're gonna go quickly check out the Kolb Studio.
Go on in, boys.
Can you imagine building the studio and then living in here with this view? And now this studio is a shop where you can buy a whole bunch of cool stuff. This is the Kolb brother. They made a video of themselves going down the river, the very first ones. And here, check them out, at a ledge after filming their journey. And that's their house down below. Now, if you want a tour of that house, you can arrange it, but you have to reach out to the conservatory and then they will schedule it either Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and you can actually go check out the house that they built on the ledge. Check them out, it's just sitting there. You know, humans are incredible. As we travel around the world, over and over again, doesn't matter if it's Lima, Peru, if it's Panama Canal, if it's Quito, Ecuador, if it's Iceland, humans are incredible.
Yeah.
And right there is yet another example. So thank you, Shane, for that tip, because just coming in here and learning a little bit about the Kolb brothers and what they did was incredible. And we got to see a little bit of this video. And here is a full-on art gallery where you can buy rugs or paintings. And exactly this is where Shane returned and kindly offered us an incredible behind-the-scene tour of the Kolb Studio.
All right, so back in the day, this was the Kolb Brothers, which is them standing up there on the balcony. This is actually where they would show their movie that they shot in 1911. They went down the Colorado River from Wyoming to Mexico. They actually brought cameras about the size of suitcases with them and videotaped the whole thing. And for about 70 years, they would show the movie right here, and people would come and watch it. That is the original projector up there. And if you guys would like, I can take you into their residence and you guys can see.
Oh my God,
What
thank
do
you.
you
Of course.
Come on, guys. All right, so this is actually where they lived.
Oh my God, this is so cool.
Come on in, guys.
Look at them.
So if you look here too, this will be the 3 main stages at the building. This is the original structure built in 1904. This was added on in the 1920s. And this is the finished structure that was finished in 1928. And this is now where we're standing. It went from 500 to 5,000 square feet. Watch your head. I'm honestly not exactly sure how these worked. I know you cranked it because there's a crank on it, but I'm not exactly sure. As we can see, it's not a record player. So I'm not sure how exactly it played music, but of some sort of music box from their original. Here we have some original pictures from back when the Kolb brothers actually used this room as their office. So this is going to be a lot of the original furniture. The telescope that is right here to your left is the original telescope from Miss Blanche here. Would watch Emery Kolb run up from those trees down there. So he would run down 2 or 3 times every day. What he would do is take pictures of the mule riders going down the trail. He would put the glass plates in his backpack, sprint 3,500 feet down, about 4 miles, wash off the glass prints, sprint back up before the mule riders could make it back up here, and then sell the prints to the people. And he would do it 2 or 3 times every day.
Wow.
And that was the original like tourism in the Grand Canyon. If you want to take a seat here, this has not been reupholstered since Theodore Roosevelt has actually sat himself right there speaking with the Kolb brothers.
That is unbelievable.
Isn't that cool? There's a lot of history here. This is my personal favorite part of the entire canyon.
I mean, look at that.
I mean, just the view alone.
Right? Ellsworth was going to be the last person that lived here, and he actually died in 1978. And he was 95 years old. He passed away 4 days after he was able to turn his house into a National Historic Site. So you're not allowed to destroy it or, you know, vandalize it in any way. And we actually just put a new roof. The Conservancy just paid for a new roof. It cost $700,000. And it was because it had to be done the original way. There's no power tools allowed or anything like that. So that was pretty cool.
Do you want to come sit?
I told you when to sit where Theodore Roosevelt sat.
Yep.
Hey guys, let's take a picture.
All right, guys, and if you come on in here, this is going to actually be where Emery's bedroom was. This is some of the original furniture from the dining room. But if you actually look up here, the day he passed away, these are some pictures of how his bedroom that we're standing in now was left in 1978 when he passed away. It's like a cat. I think you're right. I think that's a cat. I've never noticed that, but I think he had a cat that still lived here. Actually, it was such a olden time that back in the day they didn't actually live in the same bedroom. So Miss Blanche's bedroom was actually right here next door.
Oh, we can see the picture of her bedroom.
And like I was telling you guys, if you look here specifically, you can see this window, how it's not smooth. So this is going to be the original glass from when the house was built. So if you see any glass that's not going to be nice and smooth and it looks kind of wavy, it's the original glass. And then there's another picture here of Miss Blanche's bedroom with all the furniture and stuff still in it.
That's the original bedroom.
Yep, that is her furniture and everything still in this room that we're standing in. So they made this bathroom, and it was before they even had running water. So they kind of designed it so when running water was available, they were able to just kind of input it into the bathroom. And so now we have a fully functioning bathroom. We've had mixed information as to what exactly this room was, but we believe it was the nursery. And obviously, as you see now, it's some storage for the celebration of art ceremony that we do 5 months of the year here. So some extra storage, but it was the original nursery. Alrighty, and then we'll head back through here. Come on in, everyone. This is the best part. Are you guys ready? So this is the original 500 square foot structure that was built in 1904, and it has not been restored. So some of the holes that you'll see in the wall are from the brothers' frustrations, we'll say. So.
This smashed the wall. Oh my god.
Yeah, so as you can see, the rest of the house has been restored. This has not. If you'd like to, the original dark room is this way, if you guys want to check that out. It's a little sketchy, so just be careful. And like I said, it's the dark room, so I don't know how well you'll see. So this is where they would come with the original glass plates once they got running water, and this is where they would come and finish off their photos here.
Original dark room.
Yep.
It would work.
So in 1902, when they actually originally showed up here, the dark room was actually a cave that they had blown out in the side of the canyon. And 2 years later, they convinced the owner of the Bright Angel Trail for them to build their studio at the top of it and collect their toll fees for the people going down into the canyon. So that's basically how they got their position here.
Close that door. Okay, you guys go one by one.
So just behind you is going to be the original window that they would take the pictures of the mule riders out. And that's going to be where the camera would sit. So if you look out the window, you can see the switchback right there where they would take the pictures of the mule riders right there. And if you look down right here, this picture is taken out that window, and that is Theodore Roosevelt right there.
Oh, wow.
That's the president himself?
That is the president right here, Theodore Roosevelt.
That's very cool.
And that was taken out that window right there. So it was back before they had refrigerators. They needed a way to keep their food cold, you know. And so they decided to build this room. Stays at 43 degrees all the time.
Oh, nice.
I don't exactly know the science behind it, but you're welcome to stick your hands in there, walk in and feel how cold it is, and it is
Sure.
cold always.
Oh yeah, it is cold. Oh, you know, I see a vent right there. Yeah.
Instantly on my hand.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. That's your original fridge.
Yeah. Like, so this was a press, and so they wanted to write something on their photos, write the name of the people, or whatever the case is. They would use this ink here and put it in the press and kind of press it down onto whatever they were trying to print this onto.
That's really cool.
It's cool, right?
To use this for the river.
Yeah, so those are some of the original paddles from their boats when they went down the river in 1911.
That is crazy.
It's insane. A lot of their stuff that was in the building, in the house, is at NAU, the college in Flagstaff. So if you guys have time to swing through there, they've got a whole museum of the Kolb Brothers. So basement is off limits. Haven't been down there yet, so maybe one day. Last little bit of the house here is going to be
Is that
the
from-
kitchen and the
Let him-
breakfast nook dining room area. So we'll head through here. Yeah, and so over the years, like I said, it went from 500 to 5,000 square feet, and it basically happened because we had the Park Service coming in here trying to turn it into a national park, and they had what they considered to be this ugly, huge building hanging over the side of the Grand Canyon. So they tried to kick the Kolb Brothers out many times, and every time they did that, the Kolb Brothers decided to make their house bigger. So that's basically why it went from 500 to 5,000 square feet, was because they were tired of being bullied by the Park Service. And then also in here, we have a still working 1936 actual refrigerator.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it is not on right now, so it's not cold, but it does still work. That is an original, they called it an ice box back then, but it is a working original refrigerator from 1936. It has
It's
like
amazing to imagine them living here, you know? Yeah.
Right?
Doing dishes and then, you know,
It's very,
doing
very
a snack
cool.
party here.
Yep. And so this too, apparently, back in the day, I've learned, was a very sought after kind of high-end piece of furniture. I believe, from what I've learned, is one side had coffee and one side had flour in it. And you could just easily access it that way. And this was a original piece of furniture that when Emery passed away, they actually auctioned this off. And when the Conservancy actually got the rights back to it, whoever owned this furniture actually donated it back. So we
that's
were able to put it
amazing.
back into the building. We don't have a ton of them still laying around, so it's nice that we're able to at least display some of them. They're the original do it for them. All right, guys, so here is a picture of the brothers. On the right here is going to be Emery. The left is Ellsworth. And I believe the year was 1929. They actually were trying to decide who gets to stay because they were not getting along so much anymore. And so they decided to figure that out with a coin flip. And so Emery won the coin flip, and so he stayed, and Ellsworth carried on and ended up moving to LA for the rest of his life and carried out his adventures there.
That's how they
Is it?
took a picture.
Oh,
By
thank
hanging
you
a
so
camera
much.
and hanging on a rope just to get a picture. And Khizr said that's why they invented drones, so you don't risk your life for a photograph.
Right?
All right, let's head out. All of that is behind this door. Shane, if you watch this video, thank
We
you
are
so much.
shaken right now.
Yeah.
We are in, like, I don't know. I
Yeah,
still
we're
can't believe it.
speechless.
That is so nice of him. So thoughtful. He came back, joined us, asked us if we want to join him for a tour, and what an incredible experience. I don't think we can thank him
I
enough.
kind of feel like I know a little bit more about Grand
Yeah.
Canyon in a very intimate, historical way. I was asking the lady in the store, like, what is the process of getting access to the house? And they do give
Yeah.
tours. I think they're about $30 per person.
Yeah.
But hopefully this video promotes the concept that you can reach out to the conservatory,
Yeah.
support them, and that way you can see a view, a historical view of Grand Canyon like no other. Thank you so much for watching this video and come back and check out our quick hike on the Bright Angel Trail. We're going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now. And here's the Kolb house. From here you can really appreciate how high that is and the logistics of building that house where it's built.
And you see that window, the bay window sticking out. That's where we were sitting on the bench where President Roosevelt sat.
This is the back of the house.
I have to admit, it did make us forget about the actual Grand Canyon view that we were oohing and eyeing for since yesterday. And we were so drawn into the historical aspect of this beautiful house that we are standing in that was built in 1904.